This is a tough one. Um, when you're a kid in Richmond County, you grow up wanting to play for the Richmond Raiders. And for me, growing up, when I was hitting 8, 9, 10 years old, we kind of hit the golden age. It was Mike Thomas, Eric Thomas, Flip Ellerby, Wendell Wells. I mean, all these guys. It was just Oscar Sturgis. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, it's kind of what you like see storybooks, like some of the movies you see. I mean, that was kind of our life. I mean, we grew up with this, and for me, part of that was Jason. Um, I always wanted to be a kicker. From playing at Hamlet Memorial Park, I always wanted to kick the football. Going out to the football games, I always would kind of watch Jason warm up, and just the way that ball would just fire off the block. I mean, he would just kick and it was like poof. It's just kind of amazing to watch, and it had this like slow rotation to it. It was poof, and the ball would just slowly tick, and I mean, it was just fired like out of a cannon. But it's kind of this thing of beauty. And you kind of grow up and you go through Pop Warner, and you go through Hamlet Junior High, and Hamlet playing Rockingham, and then you get up to Richmond, and it's a different thing. You everybody's good, everybody's competing, especially when 97, 98, or even 96. I mean, these guys are, I mean, we're just loaded with talent. And I get out there and I think I'm going to play another position, and I'm 5'3", 100 pounds, and that's not going to work. And so I go back to, I want to be a kicker. And I go out there and I start trying to kick, and I can't even get it there. I mean, I'm not even getting it to the goalpost. And I work. And then Jason shows up, and he walks out there, and Jason's. I mean, it's kind of this conundrum. I mean, he's got this big personality, but he's quiet. When he walks in a room, he's there. I mean, he might yell something really, really loud, and then he'll come up to you. Hey, how you been? Your family good? All right, good. And I mean, it was that same way when you were kicking footballs. You go out there, and Jason, you're coming down the hill, you're down on the bottom hill, and Jason's like, oh, hey, what we doing today? And you always light up. You would always light up when he was there. And I think he translated that to his life. I mean, everything he did that same way. He touched people that way. When he walked in the room, you knew he was there. And then he made it real personal. He made an impact on your life. And so, like, one of the things that I think about, like, I started kind of reflecting on, my relationship with Jason when I was kicking footballs at Richmond, and, after I was kicking footballs at Richmond. And I started thinking about, why was he such a good coach? Why did he impact people so much? And I started thinking back, I can't think of one single thing he taught me technique-wise. It never crossed my mind, and I'm sure he did. I mean, I'm sure that there were time after time he was working on this step, or where you hit the ball, or your timing and things like that, or a thought process. But it's not what I think about. When I think about Jason, I think about him in the way he made me feel. I think about that when he was there, he told me I was doing a good job, that he expected the best from me, that he knew I could do it, and he made me feel good. And I think he had that impact on everybody that he met. And it impacted the way that I talk to my children. It impacted the way that I want to live my life. I want to be someone that when times are tough, that multiple schools around the state rally to. And they did that for the right reason, because, I mean, there just was not a better guy. And so going back to thinking about, did he ever teach me anything about technique? I'm sure he did. But he taught me so much more about life. And I'm really, really going to miss him.